Pre-recorded live from a basement in Los Angeles, California, it's Hollywood's biggest podcast. With your hosts, Brittany Johnston and Mimi Von Schack.
Can I talk about one of my favorite elements of your book? Because
Sure.
I actually think I'm always looking for opportunities for Britt to be a part of the conversation as a straight person.
Yeah.
And there's something that I really liked. You say that there are some things that are so aggressively straight that they actually loop around to being gay.
Yes.
Fish, pudding, SantaCon,
Yeah.
Fish the band, by the way.
Fish the band.
Yeah.
Ukuleles, the phrase, if not, no worries.
It's not no worries.
Oh,
And basing your entire personality around one food.
Yeah, like those shirts where it's like this is the thing. I've
Like bacon.
bacon,
gay.
tacos.
That's gay.
Like what is it?
that okay?
But first coffee. It's like
Yeah,
coffee.
Alfred. The concept of Alfred coffee
it's
started straight.
no, like it's so straight that it's I posit that these things are so aggressively heterosexual that if you see like a gay guy like at like Loose or Maurice or something, or some like NB at like some downtown warehouse party
Yeah.
wearing a shirt that says like but first coffee or like
Yeah.
give me taco I don't know whatever those
Yeah.
fucking shirts say. It's
Yes.
like that's to me that would be brilliant.
Right.
Yes.
J6 wear, like Patriot gear wear, the clothes that terrifies me. The terrifying clothes of like the Joe Rogan cabal, where they have like black and white shirts with like tattered American
Or like
flags,
thin blue line.
thin blue line, and everything's like
That is
skulls
actually
and
the
crossbones.
gayest thing the
but
right
it's
has
so gay.
Yeah.
It's
Thin
so
blue
camp.
line.
It's
It's
what
camp.
It's camp. It's drag.
it's camp. Also, the reason that it's camp is because it's like you've never been to war. Like
Right.
you don't know.
You're cosplaying. You're LARPing.
Stolen valor is camp.
Stolen
It's
valor
camp.
is camp.
That is camp, and so is the stolen valor, and it's also the shirts that say like 1870. It's like
Yes.
those shirts where you're like,
Yeah.
is that supposed to be the Declaration of?
Yeah.
You don't know history.
know that.
You've never read a book.
Building a guillotine for Mike Pence on the White House lawn.
Yeah,
Okay, it's
sure.
giving Les Mis.
Exactly.
Like, get real. Be so for real. Wow, I never thought about it like that.
It's just
Yeah.
it's
January 6th is the new Pride.
J6 Patriot. J6.
January, cooler month.
I'll take it.
Post holidays, everyone's back from their
I'll take it.
travels. Guys,
and we all know. I
guys.
mean, at this point, I think that even his fans will agree that no one is gayer than Trump.
no, the
He is
hair,
he
the
is
tan.
a queen of queens.
I love when people have that take where they're like, if he was a gay man who wasn't in politics, that would be my diva.
I mean, he is a diva.
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
thing. Like, but I think the more we call him that, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not about offending him. It's about offending his.
it's humanizing his.
I say it's like if it actually puts off and insults.
Yeah.
His acolytes, and I'm all for it, but I don't know how much they would even care. I still think he's beat, and he looks terrible, but he is beat for the gods.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
The
Talk about
wig-
contour.
Yeah.
That
contouring.
contour, mama.
He's so bad at it.
I know he's bad. It's bad drag.
It's terrible drag,
What
which
he's
makes it
doing
camp.
Is
Yeah.
quick bad drag.
Quick bad drag. Shake,
from
what they
my
call it? Shake and
understanding-
bake. Shake and go. Shake
He's
and
in a
bake.
shake and go wig. He's
and go
doing
wig.
shake and bake on the face.
He is.
And from what
Yeah.
I've learned as being an ally, we need to support bad drag.
Yeah.
So therefore, he's got my vote.
He is because he is
kidding.
sort of just like
so
like his
funny.
things aren't like sex joke. He's just a bitch.
He's
Yes.
bad.
He's just a bitch.
And
he
he's
always-
a draft dodger.
A
He's a draft dodger.
Shin splits, gay,
gay.
Well, that's what my
Bone
mother would
spurs.
always say about
bone
him.
spurs.
She would always especially when he was first running, she was like, everyone in New York always thought he was such a joke in the 70s.
Yeah.
Because famously, draft dodger. That's all my mom could talk about.
Really?
Yeah, she was really offended by that.
But that doesn't. That's so interesting because
Like in general, she was like, it's like he's a joke. Like
Well,
he's
yeah.
a wimpy joke. Like
Yeah.
that's the way
Yeah.
people look at him. Like he's a cowardly joke.
that was the irony is that if you're from New York, you're like, this guy's a fucking buffoon. Like
Yeah.
we
Right.
all know he
He's
is
a
a
loser.
buffoon who just he's so like low. He's so low culture, which is why
Yeah.
it was like,
That's such a
stop
good
trying
point.
to be a socialite. Like you're garbage, and you should be okay with that.
Right, lean in, be a housewife.
Lean in, exactly.
Yeah.
Lean into the trash. But
hey-
who knew that he would have people
Yeah.
who were outside of New York who were like would believe that?
Yeah.
Believe that he is.
This Christian man gets me.
What?
What?
We're 10 years in, and I still
I still
could
don't get
not
it.
explain to you what. It's very blue dress, blue and what was it? Blue
blue and gold dress.
Yes.
white and black. Like
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I only see blue and gold, but there are people that see that dress as white and whatever, and I'm like, I don't
get it.
I think my eyes are broken.
Right.
My vision is ruined.
I don't know how to be gay and I can't see shit.
I can't see shit.
Oh God. Okay, so we always do a Marry Fuck Kill on this podcast.
Okay.
We love to do a Marry Fuck Kill, and Britt always writes them.
Not
I
today.
decided to take a chance.
Take a chance.
Knowing sort of the themes of your book, and you tell a story about going to Fire Island and ending up in Cherry Grove, where again where all the lesbians are.
Yes.
We're
the
gonna
only place where there's
we're gonna
ice
hang
cream.
out because I feel like you are cross section of interests.
We're
just two
I don't
lesbians.
want to tokenize, but that is where my heart lies.
No, but it's another shade of queerness.
Yes.
And there's a lid for every pot.
The thing about Fire Island is that it's like the Pines is where the gay guys are, the Cherry
Yes.
Grove is where the lesbians
Yes.
are. The Pines are beautiful, but they're like modern, sleek, and architecturally
Yes.
almost like, I don't know if brutalist is the right term. I think I'm just repeating something I heard on TV. But whatever is like, they're minimal.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Cherry Grove, you have like
Yes.
cottages, things that look worn in and cozy and lived in. And it's truly there. You can't find ice cream in the Pines. When you dock in the Pines, there's a gym, an outdoor gym. When you dock into Cherry Grove, there's a volleyball net, and there's a chintzy little ice cream shop. There's like shitty jewelry and T-shirts, and it's like
dangly earrings.
There's dangly earrings, and I wanted I was with my
a little more kitsch.
I want more kitsch, and
Yeah.
like the Pines is just like constant partying, and
That's not you.
No, I just want to go to the Grove.
Yeah.
I just want to go to
Don't
Cherry
we all?
Grove. Just take me to
I want to
Cherry
go to the
Grove.
literal Grove. Okay, so Marry Fuck Kill, Fire Island, Provincetown, WeHo.
Well, I'm marrying Provincetown.
Okay,
I haven't been there. I'm going to go this summer, and that to me is
that's where it's happening.
apparently is where this all coalesces.
That's what I've heard too.
Non-binary, lesbians, it's crunchy, and
Yeah.
I need that, so I need to
You gotta
experience
crunch
that.
around.
I will marry Provincetown for life. What were the other two?
WeHo and the Pines. Let's say the Pines to be specific.
The Pines, I would fuck because there's still a sense of like history there. You know, even if I find it stressful, there's ways to relax. You can find your like-minded people if you search hard enough.
There's probably a nice museum. I haven't been to any of these places.
No
and that's
museum.
not abundantly clear. Got it. No museum. Move on.
And WeHo, God bless WeHo for existing and being there for pride in the heat and being there for like twinks to like vomit on the street and for there to be vans where you can go and get HIV testing, which seems to me to be the worst possible place to go get tested for something that might change the course of your life while like Kim Petras is like pound, you know, it's
Fair.
like that just
Fair.
seems. I mean, it's the thought is kind.
The access is
The
good.
access is
The
great.
reality is.
The reality seems not medically appropriate, but that's whatever. But WeHo is so hard to do. WeHo is very hard. It's too much for me, and so I would lay it to rest gently.
Oh my
In
God.
a Jewish
With
shiva.
love. Yeah. We'd mourn it for 7 days and cover all the mirrors.
Cover the mirrors.
Cover
bring
all
in
the
some
mirrors at the
food.
Abbey and-
Exactly.
Okay.
I've been to the Abbey once, and I was like, okay, I'm good.
I think I've been to the Abbey twice.
Yeah.
Both times in my early 20s. I had this habit when I would go to gay bars in my early 20s where, for whatever reason, the oldest lesbian would find me,
Wow.
not to hit on me, but to say, do you think my kids are going to be mad that I've come out late in life?
Wow.
That happened to me on 3 separate times.
Oh my gosh.
That is so.
What was
that
your
is so
response?
interesting.
It
Did
was
you say
always
yes?
like, I was like, yeah, girl, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're
Wait,
like,
why
I
do you
would
think
be.
that is?
I have one of those personalities.
Yeah.
That they want to.
I will, first of all, I can
Do
talk
they
to
think you're a straight?
No, they knew I was gay. I famously get along much better with people that are 30 to 40 years older than me.
Okay, I got it.
Number 2, I have one of those faces where I'm like, yeah, you can tell me a secret.
Tell
I'm
me.
probably gonna forget it.
Sure, of course.
And 3, I am legitimately attracted to older women.
Yeah.
So I was like really trying to make a move.
Okay.
But then I have like a little too much of a bleeding heart,
Yeah.
and I'll ask like one sort of pokey question, and
Yeah.
then suddenly. So I take some responsibility, but
I
it
get
did
it.
happen a lot, which was crazy.
I think the movement of like later in life lesbians happening is so fucking. It's like my favorite thing.
It's my favorite thing
because
too.
it just feels like women are like waking up late out of like
Yeah.
a coma and being like, oh, I don't have to I don't have to.
Yeah.
It's the comp het thing. And I'll tell you something else.
It's the what thing?
Like comparative like heterosexuality, where it's like I assume I'm
Right.
hetero. Like, but I was talking about this on a Sex and the City podcast today in reference to Miranda. Here's what I believe about the character of
Please,
Miranda.
yes.
Okay,
Miranda.
This is my you were really good, man.
Miranda.
You
I have
freaked
not
that.
watched the show. I've only seen the movies.
We only
is
know.
crazy.
I feel like he and Tony Danza were just like Samantha, Miranda, Samantha, Angela, Samantha. It's like Angela, Samantha, Miranda.
As someone not from New York, that's the culture to me.
That
Actually,
is
I was
culture.
born in upstate New York. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Miranda. Go ahead.
Miranda.
I think Miranda is a heterosexual but homo-romantic.
Really?
What does that mean?
So to me, the way I would describe it is she clearly enjoys sex with men on that show.
Sure. Yeah.
She's enjoying herself. She's attracted to them. She's getting off. There's no question. But she constantly kind of forgets about Steve and more platforms her female relationships.
True.
And so I would say that those are her deeper, more romantic relationships.
Yes.
And my theory is that for a lot of people, sexuality and romance and partnership are actually two different things.
Yes.
And it can be a little bit confusing.
Very.
And that we haven't really fully like gone that deep
Absolutely
into it yet.
not. Yes.
I've never thought about this, and my mind is breaking open right now.
I think of myself like primarily as a homosexual. Like I really only want to have sex with women. But here I am falling in love with someone who identified once as a man and now as a non-binary person. Anything is possible. But yeah, that is my hot take.
I get it. That makes
speak.
a lot of sense. Yeah, it really, because you're acknowledging like the nuance of actual humanity and like what people
There's
are
so
really
much.
feeling and wanting, and it's. I mean, I'm also, I was at therapy today and was also kind of talking about a version of this too, where it's just like you have to allow yourself the room to move and separate and not try to. You have to like let go of the categorization because that's been entrenched in us so hard. And maybe it sounds like cliche or super naive, but it's like when you unlearn those like really hard barriers, it changes things. And I haven't even done it yet. I'm just kind of getting to that point. But to your point, it's like there's humanity is layered and complex, and someone like a character like that, it's like. Yeah, there could be these different elements going on because that does exist.
Yeah. That's the truest thing, and I think that's why, a lot of people can come out later in life and you go, well, how is it possible that someone could go and have a family?
It's possible.
And then of course
Of
it's
course
possible.
It's possible.
Like I also know people who they're it's a gay man and a gay woman and they happen to fall in love and they have children together and they like anything in this life is
so
possible.
Much is possible.
We know so little, and I'm so excited that I hate in so many ways that I live right now, but I love in so many ways that I live right now, because even in the last 15 years, think about how much things have changed.
Humongous.
I mean, it's like
it's incredible.
I mean, even the concept of you writing this book, right? I was like, this is so cool because this feels of the moment right now.
I hope so. Yeah.
To
I hope so.
redefine your relationship to your sexuality, because certainly, when we were growing up in the media that we were exposed to,
forget it.
The layers and the nuances are, and my favorite TV show of all time is Will and Grace. I rewatch it all the time.
Only thinking of Will and Grace,
and it's such
and
a
how
good
it's
example.
Yeah.
But
it's also this curse because it's like these are the stereotypes.
It was all that was available.
That was all that was available.
They didn't have the room to be. You couldn't.
No.
They're going to talk about what?
Kink at Pride?
Kink at Pride, not on Will and Grace.
Kink at Pride on Will and Grace.
And what's so interesting is you go back and you look at it and you're like, the real, yes, it's like crazy that they're talking about any of these things on television, but the real like nuanced thing that they were doing is they were showing Will, who was a gay man who wasn't flamboyant.
And was relationship focused.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he wasn't, the whole point was that like he never has any dates. He's handsome, but he's very nervous to approach men.
Yes.
And he wants to be set up and he wants to have romance and he wants to have a kid and he wants to have family. And like that is actually the subversion there.
Yeah.
That was, and I remember I would watch it. And again, my brain was younger, and I would think like, oh, so there's two different kinds.
Yeah.
There's Will and there's a Jack.
Yeah.
And I swear to you, I was like, of course I was like, well, I want to be Will. No, but then I want to be Jack. But I was like, how does Jack have so much sex? And like, how is that so readily available? And then and again, I say this with like the utmost respect for the show, not just being fucking hilarious and brilliant, but for being, a trailblazing, trailblazing cultural, phenomenon. But I would think like, what am I doing wrong if I can't
figure that out?
Yeah.
achieve
But that's
that?
normal.
Of course.
And we do that with everything. I mean,
yes.
God, think about what we do with our bodies, right?
Of
When we watch
course.
TV, it's like it's unavoidable.
Completely.
And I remember thinking that because Karen was the first bisexual person I
Yeah.
ever saw, the first bisexual woman I ever saw, and I was like, well, I can't imagine having that like much confidence and removed, being like, oh, whatever, I guess.
Sure.
That's it. Like there's always something like that, but
Totally.
it is so interesting to go back and be like, for the longest time, these were the options.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's weird that it's flourished more in the age of feeling like we've lost all this stuff. Like it's still flourishing.
Right.
And I do. I hope the book is able to. My goal is like I wanted to write the book for me looking for a book like this 20 years ago. And I don't mean that as a way to like pat myself on the back. What I mean is for there to be a book that's fun. I mean, by all means, it's like funny forward. It's just like funny, stupid. But there's there's certainly heartfelt elements and it's vulnerable. But I wanted to balance it. But I've always been looking for somebody to kind of go against the grain in that way and really like challenge the sort of homonormative experience in a way that I'd been just yearning for that it's not even alternative, it's just different. Because even saying alternative could be like misconstrued as being some sort of judgmental, hate-filled.
No, I think it's a loving. You can find a loving way to say I don't fit into this world. That's very hard. It's very hard to lovingly critique a culture that you do love.
Yes.
And
because I do love it.
I get the sense from your book that you do truly love it and you want to be a part of it. You just need to find your own way to do it, which is true for every single person, regardless of your sexuality or your. I mean, I think that's true in our gender expression too, right? It's like, I think about being like a teenage girl and being like, what kind of girl am I? You know?
Totally.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm still doing that.
Yes.
We talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
We're still doing this in our, our 30s.
That's why
We're going to bleep that out. We bleep out our ages. Nobody needs to know.
21.
Yeah. I'm 17.
But that is like.
And Elliot Glazer gave me alcohol.
Guilty.
Woo! We call the cops. We're a pro cop podcast.
You call the
Thin
cops
blue
on
line.
me.
Yeah. We rip our shirts off. We're wearing those t-shirts.
I've actually.
And you're like, that's a gay shirt. That's gay.
We're in the gay shirt with the wire on. Yes, we are
That
recording
tattered
this on
flag.
mics, but we also are wearing the wire.
Datelined Elliot Glazer. You came here to meet two 13-year-olds for a podcast.
And he's like, that's so interesting because they definitely look like they're in their mid-30s.
And they gave me the spritzer.
And you can tell that they've both had Botox.
And two of three of us are gay, but whatever.
She has tattoos. She can't be 13.
Hilarious.
I'm so sorry we haven't talked about your topic at
Yeah,
all.
we
and
should.
What was my topic?
Yeah.
Good
I
question.
forget.
The
It was
obsession with returning to childhood.
Oh yeah.
Which
yeah,
we-
yeah.
It does kind of like coincide with like themes of your
Yeah.
book, accepting
Yeah.
yourself, accepting your identity.
I'm sort of obsessed from afar with this like use of being like, I just want to be a kid. Don't we all just want to be kids again? It's like, not
No.
really. Not really. Like, sure, there's elements of childhood that are great, but like, you at a certain point, like, you got to enjoy maturing and like your
Right.
brain developing and having some wisdom and perspective and. You know what I mean? Hindsight.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. I had 2 people in the last 24 hours tell me that I'm very in touch with my inner child.
But that's different.
Which
Yeah.
is so crazy. I've never had anyone say it, and in the last 24 hours, someone has said it to me twice. And to be fair, like, we're in a room filled with my Barbies, but like,
But that's emotional. That to me, that's emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Because it's taken growth.
I
Whereas
hope so.
being obsessed with being like, I just want to be a kid again.
Yeah,
Is
no,
like
it's like creepy.
That's
horrifying
anxious
to me.
avoidant or
That's
something.
exactly it.
Yes.
It's avoidance, and it's so transparent when you're
Yeah.
like, there's just something off about you being like, but board games, and it's like,
No.
Yeah.
board games are cool. Like,
So one of my like random side hustles, like as we all navigate entertainment, is reading auras. I do aura
Oh, wow.
photography, and with kids, you often see the color pink around them
Oh,
because
my
you
God.
associate it with childlike and whatever, and innocence and
Yes.
generosity and friendship focused and whatever. And sometimes with adults, they get touches of pink. I always told you would have some pink in your aura because you're in touch with your inner
the
child.
astrologer that I just worked with, she told me that I had a pink and red aura.
Yeah, but red for sure, and red is much more mature. And when you see adults, and it's very, very rare, but when you see adults that have an entirely pink aura, that is like avoidant and immature,
Wow.
and like not accepting your present states.
Whoa.
And red is the color of like being grounded and being in the moment.
Yeah.
Now I have an all red aura.
Yeah,
and
it's
sometimes
like
pink pops up for me if I'm feeling in like a
material.
silly mood.
Yeah.
So pink is good in doses because
Yeah.
it's what we're talking about. Being in touch, that emotional intelligence of like, I can still tap into a childlike sense of wonder. I haven't
Yes.
like lost that magic. I haven't become so nihilistic with age that I can't like see the good in things.
That's right. Yes.
But when you live in that all pink space, it's like kind of sinister.
I remember, and this you just made me. I remember as a kid telling myself, "Don't freak! Like you got to remember what this is. Like you got to remember this thing because adults don't get this."
Yeah.
And I've forgotten
gosh.
exactly what those feelings were, but I remember the act of being like, "Don't forget this," because adults don't get it. And
How
I would just-
amazing knowing that at a young age.
I was a weird little like I was like a professional kid, like a
You're
Nickelodeon
like, I wish it was
kid.
fall.
Exactly. Like my friend used to call me the littlest president because it was just like
That's so
these were the
funny.
glass. This was the size of glasses I was wearing at like 7.
Oh my God. Do you think? Do you believe in past lives? And do you think that you had been here before?
I never thought about it.
Sorry, that was like so many questions.
No,
Those were that was crazy to do.
I don't think I know enough about the idea.
Where do you think we go when we die?
Is this all there is?
What do you think?
And where can we find
Is
your
this
book?
the end?
No, I got.
Where do we go when we die, and what's your Instagram handle?
God, past lives. I don't know.
I think you have one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
I bet you have a blue aura, and that's old soul energy.
Mm.
And like, yeah, I think a lot of that is like people who have had past lives, like they sort of have this way of like navigating situations or having like an inner navigational system without even really knowing where it comes from.
I was going to say like past lives meaning it does impact your personality or like you're not aware of it, right?
Sometimes you are,
Oh.
and like I don't know. There's this thing of like, there's kids who come here and they just recently were here. Is the kind of the thing.
Yeah.
And so like they have sort of this old soul personality. Like they talk about certain. So I was that. I feel like I've gotten younger as I've gotten older. When I was a
Interesting.
kid, I felt very old.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was watching other kids.
Yeah.
And imitating them, but
Oh,
not necessarily being a kid.
Yes.
And now as an adult, I'm like I feel closer to like letting myself be free.
Totally.
But I also had a thing where I would say words that my parents hadn't taught me, and a lot of them were like kind of old timey words.
Really?
Yeah, and
like
so,
you called nurses candy stripers.
You're like, Mom, where
I
are
was
my
like-
dungarees?
Can we get that doll back in here? I need a little Geritol. Yeah, no,
Sit down, Toots.
it was more just
so
like
really sexist.
I love, yeah.
well, a female pilot. Get me off this plane.
Yeah.
I don't want to fly over the Bermuda Triangle. It's
Broads
all-
can read.
I was very against Amelia Earhart.
You, Jerry Lewis. This broad.
Honestly, a little bit though. And I remember having the feeling as a little kid, I was like, well, my real family will get here and pick me up.
Whoa.
Wait, that's so
Yeah.
spooky. Ooky.
Did you tell your parents
Yeah.
that?
Probably.
It probably hurt their
sounds-
feelings.
It sounds like
Like, we
something
are
I
your
would
real
say.
family.
And my mom was probably like, yeah, me too. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure they had a sense of humor about it. But
Do you remember the words that you were saying?
no, because it was
Oh.
at such a young age.
That's
And then
wild.
truly, I feel like I kind of lost them.
Yeah.
And the thing that like people who have kids who like believe this is apparently what they do who believe in past lives. They ask their kid like as soon as they can talk, "Where were you before?"
Really?
Yeah, like where were you before this?
Wow.
And usually they
Where
have an
were you
answer.
before this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they know?
Sometimes I see this
What
on
is that?
TikTok.
What? How do kids? I don't understand. What would a kid say?
Oh
They-
gosh.
I mean, they like will pluck kind of the language out. Like a friend of mine was telling me that she just like her husband asked her kid like, "Where'd you learn to play soccer?" Thinking just gonna be like at school, and she just looked at him and went, "I learned in the '80s."
That's incredible.
I think one kid
Past
on one of
life
those
or
trends
not.
was like, I was a captain of a boat.
Yeah.
And they were like, you've never been on a boat. Like, we live in a landlocked state.
Yeah.
What?
Well, the most
That's
famous one
incredible.
is the kid who kept talking, like he would reenact like falling out of a plane. He's like 3 years old. He would reenact like being ejected out of a plane. That was his main thing. And his parents were like, we don't know where he's learning this from, but he clearly has the special interest in planes. So they take him to the like closest like Air and Space Museum they can. And he perfectly identified with not being able to read every single kind of Army plane. No, it's so crazy. And then eventually
that's a video of some kind?
This is like I've read about it in a couple different books because this is the kind of shit I'm into.
Yeah.
And this specific story, I can't think of this kid's name, but it's probably like the most famous one.
Yeah.
And honestly, he started losing the memories when he was around like 8 or 9.
Wow.
And then he specifically wanted to go out onto a boat where his plane had crashed. And he like got there and this kid's like 7 or 8 at the time, and he's like sobbing, and he's like, okay, like it's okay. And then they figured out exactly who he was, found his sister, and the sister was like, that's my brother.
No.
Yes.
Yikes. I'm like,
I'm so sorry I brought this all up. You're really you're running out of here.
No, that's so wild. I need to read about this.
I know. I didn't know this particular one.
Because kids are I mean, most kids are, I think kids are great. And like, kids are amazing.
Yeah,
you know?
And they're spooky.
They're spooky. Like I
yeah.
love when they're like spooky and when they say things that just like shock you. My niece the other day, she was like FaceTiming with, she's turning 5 and she's the love of my life. And she was FaceTiming and my mom was like, I'm gonna bring you Band-Aids next time I come up, because she asked for like different colored Band-Aids.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, I've got these pink ones, I've got this kind, and my niece goes, well, what are my options? And my sister and brother-in-law were like, what are my options? What?
You should ask her where she was before this.
I know. Now I'm like, where was she? What are my options?
Yeah. She was a
like,
candy striper.
She's a candy striper.
She knew me.
Yeah.
And she was like, God, what a tough gig he was. Whoo, boy. Needy.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So you might have been a little adult kid.
I mean, it would make sense. But if it all came together, my past life would be like... like I was like just in like a retirement community. Like that was the vibe. I was born 80 and I loved it. I just loved it.
A little Benjamin Button.
A little Benjamin Button, but like in like Florida, in some like, 55 and over community, just like taking it in.
Yeah, high socks and
That's
sandals.
That's
shuffleboarding it up.
Yes.
Yeah, come on. Shuffleboard at Pride.
Exactly. I would.
Britt told me before you got here, she's like, I wrote one question that I'm really, really proud of, and I want to make sure we ask. Is it the last question?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the question that Britt wrote. I haven't read it in full yet. I just saw one line and I thought, we better ask that. Do you think craving a return to childhood has plagued mankind for all of history? Like, do you think ancient Egyptians wanted to return to their childhood?
I honestly don't think anybody thought about it so obsessively until BuzzFeed came along and sort of ruined the culture.
Oh, and like capitalized on the concept of nostalgia.
Yes.
And millennial nostalgia specifically.
Yes, I think that sort of fucked up our generation and like made like added this element of like yes, there's nostalgia, but they made it into like porn. It was like pornographic nostalgia. And at a certain point it's like, I don't know what Lizzie McGuire character I would be, and I don't care.
Right.
Not because I'm like boring or like I'm not mad at you. I'm not
such
mad
a Gordo
at it.
answer, though.
A what? Such a what?
Such a Gordo answer, though.
I was thinking Ethan Kraft.
I just like, I just
Stupid.
don't care that much. You know, like,
Yeah.
and but I think that
yeah.
overtook millennials in such a way
Well, they
that
bombarded us
bombarded
with it.
us
I
with
mean, they committed psychological warfare.
I agree. And at a certain point, it's like they created like the reboot system. Like the reboots then
BuzzFeed
destroyed
is
Hollywood.
so culpable.
Because everything became a reboot.
It all comes down to BuzzFeed.
It all comes down to BuzzFeed.
Oh, my, I never.
I feel like we just cracked this whole thing wide open.
We just
BuzzFeed,
Da Vinci coded.
I hate to say it, but because
Hollywood.
I think it like ruined millennials a bit.
You don't think the ancient Egyptians are like, I remember this neighborhood before the pyramids?
they're like, remember board games?
Yeah.
Remember we played Boggle?
You used
It's
to
like,
be able
oh my
to see
God.
so many mirages, and now we got these eyesores in the middle of this desert.
Can't we just go back,
Yeah.
guys? Can't we just go back to the way it was? It's like,
Yeah.
that's kind of
Put
what I
Trix
think.
yogurt back in stores. Put red dye back in everything.
You know,
Red dye
as
back
much
and
as
everything.
you say that, though, it is like, it's not as if I'm not guilty because I love anything that's like infused with it's such a baby move, but it's like I love anything that's infused with like those childhood cereals.
Yeah.
Frosted
yeah.
Flakes,
Yeah.
Tricks. We weren't even allowed to have them as kids.
Cocoa
so
Pebbles?
I yearn for
fuck
them
me
even
up.
more. I know, truly. I mean, honestly, like Fruity Pebbles have like revolutionized the dessert industrial complex.
Honestly, Fruity Pebbles, big comeback. Still very much in the zeitgeist.
Have you been to Salazar?
No.
Yes.
The Mexican restaurant in
Yeah, I love
Frogtown?
that place. Oh, it's so good. It's right by the Elysian.
Oh.
It's so
it's
good.
delish.
Years ago, they had the best dessert I've ever had in my life, which was a Fruity Pebbles infused tres leches cake.
That's crazy. That's
I've
the work
never-
of the devil.
That's the work
That's
of
literally satanic.
the devil, and I was fully diabolical.
And I was kneeling at the
I
altar,
was
honey.
at the altar worshiping.
Can I say this is so unrelated, but I need, if I don't say this on this podcast, I'm gonna lose my mind. I sent Britt an article this week, and it was about how when Nelly Furtado and Timbaland were writing the music for Maneater,
Yes.
there was a fire, like Maneater.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. There was a fire that started in the studio once they figured out the beat. Nelly Furtado was quoted as saying, "I believe that beat summoned the devil. The devil is in that beat. We were afraid to play it for days after." This has nothing to do with anything. Yes.
I mean, I'll tell you
need
what.
you to know this.
That song will put me in a trance. If that's playing and
great
there's a dance
song.
floor near me, I will black out.
It's a great song. Nelly Furtado has gone.
And the devil.
It's Nelly Furtado. Maybe she is the devil. Nelly Furtado is
She's
the
so
devil.
hot.
I've tried to not say Nelly Fartado so many times. Nelly Furtado. Just the fart is so funny.
The fart is right there. Oh, God.
Well, listen, so we like to end the podcast
Sure.
with giving you the opportunity to win another award.
Oh,
Can you believe it?
oh my
The
God.
After Lifetime Achievement Award.
After Lifetime
If
Achievement.
you have a ghost or supernatural story that happened to you, something spooky that happened to you.
We just like ghost stories.
I was thinking about this when we were talking about past lives. The only thing, it's not a really great story, but I was in Palm Springs with a bunch of friends for like New Year's one year. We just rented a house just to like hang out and just have fun. And my dog, who was actually my dog at the time, Atticus, who people still think my dog Moses is because they are so
He came back?
spiritually
He
the
came
same.
back. He came
People
back.
have said that he is Atticus in
Atticus
current
common
form.
denominator.
Atticus common denominator. No, people have said they think that they're like, that's Atticus. It's wild. But at the time, Atticus, he was a very like Moses, like a very like person dog, very feeling, very emotive, very like no nonsense, had very few like canine qualities, really like person-y. We were in the house. It was totally empty. We were all in the backyard, like in the hot tub and just hanging out and drinking, whatever. And Atticus just, I'm not a ghost believer. You know, I don't really like subscribe to it one way or the other. And he went up to the house, like the glass door, and I've never seen him bark and jump. I've never seen him bark and jump. He wasn't a dog that jumped, that like jumped up and
He
down.
was seeing something.
He was barking and jumping up and down, and we were like, what? We were terrified because we thought, is there somebody in the house? Like, because he didn't behave like that, and he just kept doing it. And that was the one time that I was like,
Something's up.
Something's up.
Something's up.
Although I do find it so funny, the idea that like, okay, maybe a ghost is like haunting this house, but it's like, why are they always in like
Victorian
houses
garb.
and gardens? It's like, are there ghosts at like TJ Maxx? You know, like are there ghosts at like the Golden Corral? Like where are those ghosts?
There's definitely a ghost. Wait, there's a Barnes and Noble on Ventura, or
The Paper
Source on Ventura that's haunted.
Yeah, that's
Really?
haunted.
A
Yeah.
stationery store?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because the prices are spooky. No, but literally, it's haunted.
Yeah, it's like
How do you know though?
$10 for a greeting card.
Boo.
It's a real thing. It's a real
But
thing. Yeah, like things will fall off there, and it's been known that the people who work there are like, yeah, it's like the little girl who haunts here.
That's why. Like,
And the ghost that I had in this house for a while was like a recent ghost.
Yeah.
oof.
Like she was like last like 20, 30 years.
Do you see and hear?
I used to hear a little girl running up and down the stairs.
She
or a
left
kid
though,
running up and
right?
down the stairs.
And are you
Yeah,
not?
she left.
Yeah, she
Are you
left.
not terrified?
You know what? No, because it was like in the middle of the day. I never really heard it at night or anything like that. So I would just be like sitting and working downstairs on my computer, and I'd hear the sound of like a kid running up the stairs
And you're not
and then running back
terrified?
down. No, because it was like so distant. And honestly, part of me thought it was happening in like one of the
Outside,
neighboring
sure,
houses.
yeah.
But then there were no kids in either of those houses. So it was only after the fact. But then my dog started seeing her. And my dog would specifically watch a point that was about like 2.5 to 3 feet tall. And then I would say to the dog, like, oh, it's okay, she can be here. And then the dog would be like,
Oh my God.
Yeah, Coco was like, enough.
and then when I like talked to a medium about it, she was like, well, do you feel like your house is like opened, you know, and I was like, well, if I were a little girl, this is where I would come and play.
100%.
Absolutely.
I was
yeah.
like, there's
That's that pink
Barbies,
energy.
there's drag clothes,
You're right,
there's
right.
like shoes everywhere.
Glitter, there's crafts.
That doesn't. I would be
yeah.
so. I think I would be freaked out.
Normally, I'm afraid of stuff like that, but and also I stayed at an Airbnb once where I very clearly felt a cat jump on the bed multiple times throughout the night,
I don't like that.
and that
That's
I
not
was
a ghost
like,
thing I'm cool with.
I was kind of disquieted by that,
Mhm.
that because it wasn't my own like
Oof.
home, and I couldn't. That was like a little too
ghost
weird.
Cat.
Well, and as a fellow ghost believer, you can tell when the energy is like benevolent
Yes.
or like apprehensive.
Well, I'll tell you,
or-
I was doing a show at the Elysian last night, and I was looking for something. I was like looking for like a table to put on stage, and so I started like crunching around the top of the theater.
Oh yeah. Oh, that place.
I
That's
was
haunted.
spooky.
Yeah.
terrified. I was absolutely terrified, and weirdly, we were doing a show about the theater being haunted. That was like part of the thing. So I was like, oh, you're just in your head. But then as I like kept walking around, I was like, I genuinely don't feel good.
No, the portal was
Wow.
open because of the show you were
And
doing.
then I feel like the ghost was mad because all of the jokes in the show were about the tech not working.
Yeah.
And that was like the whole thing. And then literally the tech wouldn't work for the first like 30 minutes that we were in there. And so I was like, okay, I'm sorry we made fun of you.
Wow.
Yeah, the
But
ghost was like, I'll show you tech.
genuinely- Yeah, literally, I
Bitch.
genuinely felt scared.
The
And I
ghost
can't.
got into the auxiliary cables.
Yeah. I was like,
A
plugging
stage-
everything.
a stage manager ghost is the most
Incredible.
terrifying version
With the,
of a ghost that
the
could
headphones
exist.
on.
That's just like hit your mark.
Hit your mark.
Hit your mark.
Let's go. You're not in the light.
Yeah, you're not in the light. Levels.
I can't stand it.
That's a scary ghost.
Um,
Scarier than the Hat Man.
Thank you so much
Oh my
for
God.
coming on.
What
Oh
a
my gosh,
dream.
what a
I-
dang
What
delight.
a dream.
And I'll tell you, you have worked on so many things that we love
Oh,
and
good.
reference all the time, and that means so much
We're
to
your
us.
biggest fans.
Oh, thank you.
And we just could not have been more tickled, to have you here and to be talking about something that you're doing that is so fun and exciting. And I love, especially, and I know you feel this way too, like when people who we know from television and movies that we love so much veer into other art forms, it's so exciting to watch people stretch that muscle and
Yeah,
get to hear
thank
more
you.
of their voice in a different way. So.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It was
We're
very
pumped.
like, this is terrifying. But then
Yeah.
when I started doing it, it was like, well, this is like healing.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that so much. And I really do hope that, genuinely, like I really do hope that it connects with people who feel like that yearning for just something a little different. It's not it's not about feeling it's not about throwing a tantrum. It's not about throwing a tantrum because I don't feel like I fit in. It's just about wanting a little something extra, a little
Yeah.
something ancillary,
Yeah.
And so I hope that it connects with people, not just gay people, but everybody,
Britt,
I'm
you're
gonna
allowed
read
to
it.
read the book.
You can read it. You're
Is
allowed.
Britt can read
Can I
it?
read it?
You can read it, but you have to wear
She-
pink. It's got to be only
And it's got to be the hottest day of the year, honey.
July.
Can we
Pink in July.
pre-order the book?
Yeah, it's available now
Okay,
for pre-order.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm signing up
Fantastic.
tonight.
Yeah, and there will be I'm going to be signing it and doing like a Q&A with Justin Tranter,
Oh,
the
great.
songwriter, at
Fun.
Book Soup in LA on Pub Date, which will
Oh,
be
great.
August 11th. And then I'm going to be doing one with my sister at the Strand in New York, also in
Fabulous.
August.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Fabulous.
Should
okay.
be fun, yeah.
Okay, that's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
And I just have to say, you got literally, it's a murderer's row of my favorite people to review your book.
Oh my God.
I felt sick over
Yes.
that. I was like, Jeff
yes.
Hiller.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, this is, it's
Jinx.
Yeah, get real.
Crazy.
Oh, thank you so much
Oh my
for
God, my
coming.
pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you, Moses. We
What
love
a good
you.
boy you are.
You
You're
good
both
baby.
so handsome.
Thank you, Moses, a.k.a. Atticus.
Atticus,
Are you
the
Atticus?
second coming.
He could be.
Ooh.
Hollywood's Biggest Podcast is edited by me, Mimi Von Schack at 20 Beach Productions, with voiceover by Chuck Pettit and music by Marshall Ross. And hey, if you're enjoying listening to Hollywood's Biggest Podcast, join our Patreon, Hollywood's Biggest Patreon, or you can follow us online at 20 Beach Productions on Instagram and TikTok, and 20 Beach Productions on YouTube. Thanks for listening.